greetings. And we are not in the lab. We're not in the lab. We have a situation. I'm with my daughter. And so we are here. Run tell that. So, but because this is a very, very, very special historic moment for our Black media and Run Tell That, because this is the first time ever that you had Hall of Famers all on one show on our Black media. They have never ever done that. This is the first time ever, and it is the Herschel Thespian Jenkins High School Hall of Fame. And as I share with everyone, y'all know that God is an alum of Herschel B. Jenkins. God is the first alum of Jenkins High School. So you heard y'all see, y'all thought, so that's what's going on today. Historic moment. Julius Hall, he has not said that he is going to do something with the Tompkins Wolverines. But guess what? It don't matter. HVJ is first. And so, yeah, we are in the house. We're in the house. We got some very special people. Y'all know I say all, I guess, are all special. But this time we got some really, really, really special people. We start out up top. We got our big sister, our sister, Carla Lassiter in the house. Carla Lassiter.
Hello.
Bam. Then below, we got our brother. We got our boy right there. We got him in the house. We got Dr. Van Patrick Williams in the house. Bam.
West Side.
Yes, we represent DC right now. DC is in the house.
God City.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, my daughter told me to step outside.
Okay.
Because she hates too. She hates.
Oh,
so,
wow. Unfortunate.
That's what all of y'all looking at the show. We say share. Let everyone understand it's something special happening. But first, what we got to do, we got to let them introductions come into place. So we got to do this right now. So, Carla, who are you?
My name is Carla Thompson Lassiter, and I am a proud Jenkins alumni class of 1979. I'm from that amazingly awesome class. We are the original freshmen. So we have set the groundwork for everybody else to follow. You know, we're just an awesome class composed of plenty awesome, great people. And we stand proud to be warriors, you know. So I'm also the vice president of the HVJ Alumni Association. And this year I'm honored because I'm going into the Hall of Fame.
And we're going to talk more about that.
Yes.
We're going to talk more about that. So
Let's
going to
talk about
it. So then, my brother, Van Patrick, who are you?
Well, most people who know me intimately, they call me Patrick.
Yeah.
But if you call me Van, then you know me professionally. So I'm a proud graduate, Herschel B. Jenkins High School, 1986. More so than that, I am extremely humbled to be going in with my homegirl Carla, who we lived on the same street back in the day, and
absolutely,
my affinity toward her family is next level. I can't even talk about it. It's so high in the stratosphere. So I am extremely humbled by this opportunity, and also to you, my brother Jamal, who we lived in the same neighborhood as well over our lifetime, and it's a pleasure to be on this show and on this platform.
Yes. All right. And so and this is how we roll. We roll with it. So now we're going to say, we got to do this right here. Because this is Run Tell That. We're going to say, who your people? Who your people? So, Patrick, who your people?
Well, I was born to Ashley Williams and Juanita Dunbar. I was born, I'm pretty sure, as Carla was, in the Georgia Infirmary Hospital. The hospital that African Americans could be birthed in back in those days. I'm one of 7 siblings, all brothers. As a matter of fact, Carla knows my next older brother very well, Graylin Dunbar.
Yes.
And I'm just a proud resident, somebody who was able to overcome some pretty significant circumstances, living on the West Side. But what we had back then, more so than what I've seen over the years, is that we had a true family. Everybody on your block looked out for everybody on that block. So I'm extremely blessed to have had that opportunity to live in proximity, in close proximity to each of you. So I'm grateful, and I hope I've made you proud.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
oh, yeah. So, and we now I'm saying we gonna get into it. This is introductory. I want the people out there to know that foundation. So Carla, who you people? Who you people?
So my parents are Carl and Willie L. Thompson, and my dad was known as Pops on the block. My dad was one of the few fathers in our neighborhood, so my dad was dad to everybody. We shared dad with everybody. My dad was the auto mechanic who ran his business in our neighborhood, so he was well loved and well respected by many, and so was my mom. Our home was the neighborhood home you know. And I'm honored to be on here with both of you guys because I love and respect you guys so much. And I'm just so very proud of you all. And like Patrick was little Patrick to me back in the day because, like he said, one of his older brothers, Graylin, and I were very good friends. So Graylin would come to visit them and then come down to my house to visit me as well. So we just had a family thing going on, and that was one thing about our Dodge City was that we were family. Everybody loved everybody. We were family, and I'm proud of that. So I want to
That's
also
right.
say
That's
I
right.
have the best sister in the world. My sister is Lynn Thompson Hill. She's just absolutely awesome. I have two brothers, Baron and Terry Thompson. That's where I come from. That's my dog side.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So now we gotta do this right here. Now we come to who inspires you, or who inspired you, or who inspires you. So Carla, who inspires you? Who inspired you?
Well, I think I have a lot of persons that have inspired me through the years. As far as teachers, I think my first inspiration as a teacher was my fifth grade teacher. Her name was Mrs. Edith Merritt, and she was from Jacob G. Smith Elementary School. Now, you got to understand, when I first went to to Jacob D. Smith Elementary School, it was totally against my will, and we were not welcome there back in the day. You all know this. And I remember her just making me feel comfortable and wanted you know, because I would come in that school many days crying. So I think she was outside of my home, outside of my mother and my family. I think she was probably my first outside inspiration. Through the years, I've had other teachers like Miss Carlita Wilkerson. And at Mitchell, I'm truly inspired by the absolutely great Michelle Obama. I love that lady. Truly inspire me, and I follow her philosophy. When they go low, we go high, and that has got me far, very far.
All right, all right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So Patrick, who inspired you? Who inspires you?
Much like my sister Carla, I mean, there are a lot of individuals I could say inspired me, but I'm going to start with, the child's first teachers, parents, right? Um, my parents didn't have the fortunes of getting an education. Either of them went to high school, but the one thing they invoked constantly in the house was, in order for you to have a better life than us, you got to go to school and get an education.
Yeah.
So that was sort of kind of the first inspiration for me in terms of how I needed to order my steps and move forward in life. Obviously, one of my inspirations was my brother. I mean, I always wanted to be like my brother. He was the first to go to college in our family, and he exposed me to a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have been exposed to as early as I was. But I appreciate it now because I had a head start in terms of the things that I would face later in life. When you think about national and public figures, certainly the two for me that are most poignant would be Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, because I understood that, things in terms of how it's presented, in terms of the level that it would be palatable to different segments of American society, you had to have a true understanding of where each of these brothers were coming from. And so I studied them and I paid attention, and it helped to sort of inform my lens once I got out in the me world we live in. And then if I think about teachers, Colin mentioned something very, very interesting. I went to that same elementary school, but I think I got there in like 1971 or 72. And yeah, we were not wanted there. And if there was ever a negative situation, Brother Jamal, that inspired me, it would have been my experience at Jacob G. Smith. I still remember the lady's name. Out of respect, I won't call her name. But there was this teacher there who basically said to me that you will never be anything. And I never forgot that. I can tell you what that lady had on. And we're talking about well over 50 years ago. I can tell you what she had on, what color lipstick she had on, everything, because I never forgot it. And I guess if I'm honest with myself, brother, if she was still living, I would say thank you. Because she lit a fire under me, unbeknownst to her, that no man or no woman could ever extinguish. But then beyond that, obviously the great faculty and staff at Savannah State University, Dr. Walton, Dr. Price, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Washington, Dr. Brock. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on. Because it was at Savannah State where I really truly understood what it meant to be an African-American male in our society and some of the struggles that would come before us that we didn't really know exist, if not for the kind of constant conversation, communication that we had with those faculty members. So I'm eternally indebted to them for pouring into me and others like me, and inclusive of yourself. So yeah, I can go on and on and on, but I think those are sort of the major influences in my life, other than, my spirituality. But the people here who on earth with us, those are the people that sort of kind of gave me the motivation to sort of be the best version of myself.
Okay, all right. And what we're going to do, Mr. Producer, what we're going to do, hold up. I thought we were about to take a break, but then our sister just came in there, our sister Jackie Cofield. So Jackie, we're going to do this. We're going to let you tell the people who you are and who your people are, and then we're going to go to a break, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes. Our sister Jackie Cofield. Go ahead, Jackie. Who are you?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jackie. I am a proud 81 Warrior graduate, and I am so honored to be selected to be entered into the Hall of Fame. I am also a Air Force retiree, and I'm about to retire in 5 months from the school system.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking. But who are your people? Who are your people?
My people, my mom and my daddy, and my brother Claude.
That's right. That's right.
My mama is Gloria Cofield and the late Mr. Gus Cofield Jr. But my big brother here is Claude.
and you got a little sister too now.
Connie Cofield Chisholm. Yes.
So again, we said all y'all share. We're about to take a break. Let's produce. We're going to go to a break. Then we're going to come back. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes of all this right here.
All right.
And we are back. This is Run Tell That. And I got to throw this out here. My daughter, Nira, who I'm here with right now, she is such a hater. She is a hater. She is a hater. But thank God I got y'all. Thank God I got y'all. Thank God we got God, the first alumnus of Herschel B. Jenkins High School. And so something has happened on January 14th. And so I'm like, Carla, go ahead and throw it out there. Carla, what is happening on January 14th? I'm calling
Look
maybe
like Carla
frozen.
frozen.
Right, looks like she's frozen. So, what I'm going through then?
There she
Oh,
is.
Carla. All right. So, Carla, we're gonna throw it on out there right now. So, what is happening on January 14th? I think you're muted, Carla. You're muted. You're muted.
Okay, can you hear me now?
All right. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. I'm one of these older people that are technically challenged. Forgive me. So, guys, on January 14th will be one of the great social events here in Savannah. It's the HV Jenkins High School Alumni Association Hall of Fame banquet. So many years ago, I'm going to tell you how the Alumni Association got started. Many years ago, Gary and I had a very close friend who passed away. So we met up to support the family during that time, and we had a long discussion. We realized that we're better than that. We're better than only time of us getting together, socializing, network is when we lose someone. So we decided to do something different. So hence comes the Alumni Association, okay? Grateful that we got it started, grateful that we have the support that we do. Every year we have a committee that chooses great alumni from Jenkins that have excelled in academics and sports and service in different entities, and they're selected to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So this is where the inductee come from. This nomination of actually selecting those persons. Can you guys hear me?
It was zoning out in and out. So, let's see. Keep going.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yes. Hmm.
Okay, all right. So this would be our fifth alumni Hall of Fame banquet. As of this date, I think without the inductees on Sunday, I think we have anywhere from 43 to 45 members of the Hall of Fame. In addition to the Hall of Fame, every year we always do an event called the Ultimate Warrior. And the Ultimate Warrior consists of persons who have just really, truly excelled and contributed a lot to the Alumni Association. And we have four of those persons as well. So we're excited. This year, Jackie and I'm honored that I get to go on with Jackie because Jackie is also part of the Alumni Association. So it's an honor to go on with her. And like my
It,
little brother Patrick, grateful, grateful. So I'm going in with a class of great people, people that I know, people that I love. And it's an honor to be here. And I'm sure everybody else that's going in feel the same way.
and so
Indeed.
now, and Jackie, I'm gonna come to you with this right here. Can members of the public come to the alumni, to come to the Hall of Fame banquet?
They can, but they have to purchase tickets, and most of the
Good.
tickets are actually sold by the inductees themselves. And we did have some that you could have purchased from Claudia, but I think we're down to like one now.
Mm, mm,
Well,
Yeah,
actually, I
so
have a couple of tickets.
you got
I
all
do,
right.
Jackie. Yeah, I have a couple of tickets. So if anybody want tickets, I'm on Facebook, Carla Thompson Lassiter. My number is on the HVJ Alumni Association flyer that's posted, that Jackie posted about the event. Feel free, give me a call. I have a couple of tickets. So if you want them, we welcome you there. We would love to have other people there, especially schools that have not organized an alumni association. We want to show you how
That
it's done.
part. That part.
Where's Julius?
Yes,
Where's
and
Julius?
that he's the producer here. He's just in the background, but he's here. He knows. And so, Jack, as I share with folks that this for our black media, this is a historic moment right here. This is the first time in our black media in 5 years that you've had Hall of Famers all together. This is the first time, and it's HVJ. And so,
Let's
Patrick,
go
we're gonna go.
Warriors.
Yes,
That's right, as always. And
yes.
now the Wolverines said they're gonna try to do the same thing, but again, Warriors were first. So, Patrick, we're gonna come to you. What does it mean to you to be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Um, I tell you, I have a range of emotions. Certainly, when I think about the time I spent walking the halls of Jenkins High School, I'm reminded of some of the my contemporaries, the people who came before us, and I think about all the great athletes, all the great scholars, and all the great community work that many people who have gone through the halls of Jenkins High School have done over the years, locally, statewide, and abroad. Um, I can't help but just feel extremely blessed and humbled to be in this particular class of inductees, and just the ideal that um, Carla, whom she was on one side of Duffy, I was on the other side of Duffy, and Jefferson right between us, who I grew up and spent a lot of time over at their house, over at the garage, talking to Mr. Call.
Yeah.
That for me is such a defining moment, because back then I don't think any of us even dreamed of these kinds of things. So for me, I'm appreciative of the recognition, but I'm more grateful for the fact that someone who I live in a very close proximity is also been selected for this particular honor. Um, so it means a lot. I mean, it really does. Words can't really completely codify how I really feel, but I think that from a surface standpoint, those are the things that sort of stand out most for me in this moment. I'm sure by this weekend I'll probably have some other things to say, but right now,
Yes,
Yes,
That's
indeed. Yes,
awesome.
indeed.
That's
So,
awesome.
absolutely
so
it is.
Jackie, so Jackie, what does it mean to you being inducted into the Hall of Fame?
It's one of those surreal moments because, as Mr. Williams stated, nobody ever imagined this. And even working on the Alumni Association board and being part of getting everything moving, I never thought about me. So yeah, it is an honor. My sister Connie is the one that nominated me for military service. So I'm just excited and ready to keep continuing this great work that we've started.
All right, all right. And so again, my little sister Jackie. So now we go on to my big sister Carla. What does it mean to you to be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Okay, I stand honored. So I'm a registered nurse, and so my service is in nursing. For 35 plus years, I've worked at Candler, and just really enjoyed my job. I mean, the fact that I get to nurture, support, and take care of patients, families. But I think the greatest part for me has been to take care of us. You'd be surprised how many of us that I see, how many of our family members, just different people from our communities, our neighborhoods, our schools. And I just make a point of trying to be that positive figure. I try to look in on them. I try to just make sure everybody's good. And it's a blessing that somebody recognizes that. I knew my Cameron family always recognized. I knew a lot of my patients, the families of the patients that I take care of. But my classmates got together and they nominated me. My class is 79, and I'm honored that it was just so many of them that just got together and they just thought, hey, I was worthy of going into the Hall of Fame. So I'm honored by that, and I'm grateful for the work that I do, and I stand proud in being a great nurse, and I belong there.
And absolutely. So I had to go and say this. One of the things about Carla, just to say that when she talked about looking out for the family, when my uncle was there at Candler, Carla's right there. My mom would come in there, Carla got the man. She's like,
Yes.
let me look at the man. So Carla's right there. She's doing all that. And we were like, yeah. And that meant something because again, that's family right there. That is again saying
Yep.
that, hey, this is somebody who knows you and you got that concern. So that is again, we're gonna say that's magnificent. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna come back, we're gonna take another break. We're gonna have another commercial
Okay.
break, and we said to everyone, share, share, share. And we're gonna come back, and we're gonna hit you with some more of this greatness coming from HVJ Hall of Famers right here, all Hall of Famers right here. So, Mr. Producer, we're gonna go to a commercial. Where we said everyone, share, share, share.
All right, Warriors in the house.
We are back. This is Ron Telvad. We got
I
Van
can hear
Patrick
this.
Williams in the house. Oh Lord, we've got
I can hear this. Hold up,
oh,
Mom.
oh Lord, oh Lord.
Can you hear us?
Yep, yes, I can hear you.
Hi,
And
Mother
now
Go
look
to
at
bed
Cofield.
in the
God.
bed.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. See, I ain't had expected.
I
Jackie
know
pulled
that
something on me.
ain't.
She hit me with that right there. You got Miss Cofield right here. Miss Cofield. Oh
Yes.
boy.
Yes.
Oh, there go Miss Gloria Cofield
I
right
know it's kind
there.
of
Miss
low.
Gloria Cofield.
Praise
Miss
God.
Gloria Cofield. Miss Gloria Cofield. So see now, I'm Miss Cofield. I'm gonna let you know Jackie did this. I wasn't gonna bring none of this up. You all know when you had the pandemic and you know like they were telling you
Hear what
about you
that
couldn't
is.
go out on the streets and other things like that. And when you let you go out on the streets, you had to go to Sam's and go to other places to get water. Miss Cofield was constantly bullying me about the water. Miss Cofield would come and take water from me. She would take water. I'm in there trying to get look at. She's fighting me
He
over.
talking
She
about you
hit me
used to
with
run
her
him over with the
bucket.
buggy.
That's right. Yes, yes. I wasn't gonna bring none of this up, Miss Cofield, but Jackie did because Jackie did that. I gotta bring it up. Miss
Oh,
Cofield ran over me
wow.
more than one time for
He
water.
ran him over more
More
than
than
one
one
time.
time. More than one time. Inside, inside, inside Sam's Club and also in the parking lots.
Does she you?
And I told her daughters, and her daughters excused the behavior. And guess what? Then she got on me about detergent. She attacked me for detergent also. So I'm just saying. So, but we're so happy to see Miss Cofield. It's an honor to see Miss
Yes.
Cofield.
Yes.
So
She,
wave, mommy,
she,
wave.
Absolutely.
Wave.
yes, ma'am. Yes,
Hi,
ma'am.
Mother
Get you.
They trying to make me
I'm
get
gonna get
emotional
you,
right now,
boy.
but I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep it
he can
together.
hear you. She gonna get him.
I'm gonna
Uh,
get you,
uh,
boy. You wait.
Patrick told me to say that. Patrick told me to say that. It was Patrick.
Oh,
Patrick told
wow.
me. Patrick
All
told me
right,
to say
so
that. I
Bye.
swear.
oh
Now,
Lordy.
anyone from
She said she
Jenkins,
gonna get you.
I heard. That's why I said I know she's gonna try to hit me too. She's gonna try to hit me too. But anyone from Jenkins know how Ms. Kofi was impactful to us, to our lives. And so that's like a great segue too, because since I'm not in the lab and I'm not in the back cave, that I don't have the list with me, or at least I have to go into my phone. I want to do that. So can someone, yeah, I was gonna say, share with the people who are the rest of the inductees going into the Hall of Fame so people can hear.
Oh, give me
Now,
one
I didn't
second on
hear.
that.
What did he say? I didn't hear.
So,
You want to know
can
the
you
rest of the people
check?
on the Hall of Fame? I got to pull up the flyer.
Whoever has it,
Oh,
because
the
I have it
persons
in
that are
my
going
phone.
in.
Yeah, other people.
Okay,
Mhm.
I
Other
have
than
it.
the three of us, it's
Okay.
Lisa Jones Loho, Terrence Dickinson, Robert Walker, and Cheryl Cohen.
And
Is
And
that
Huntley,
Patrick,
9 people, Jackie?
and Patrick,
Oh
you
yeah,
got
and
some
Hunt
others
Leaf.
also.
Huntley,
And Hunt Leaf.
Buster.
There's someone else that I ain't hear his name,
And
and he'll be
James
upset
Tandy, Cheryl McCluster, Robert Walker.
because
Yes.
JT, James Tandy, who is an official with the ILA, he will be absolutely
James
upset if
Tandy.
his name if it did not come up. And I don't want no problem with
James
his mom.
Tandy.
I don't want Mrs. Tandy trying to say
Sorry,
something he like.
James. Yes, James Tandy is definitely going in as a Hall of Famer.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. That's right. So now what we're
I
going
don't
to do
have the
this right.
list in front of me, so I was just trying to think of persons without the list being present. And sorry for the omission, James. And we're glad to have him as part of our 2024 class.
That's right. So now we're going to do this right here. So Carla, what was a memorable moment
Yes.
for you at Jenkins? Or what were memorable moments at Jenkins for you?
I'm having a little technical
I
difficulty. I
can't
can
hear.
barely hear you all.
Yeah, me too.
Hi, Lynn.
Carla, can you hear now? Hello?
I can't really. I
Okay.
can't see you now.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, because your screen is black. Well, you might have to log out and come back in.
I think I'm gonna have to do the
Okay.
same.
'Cause
I'm gonna have to do
Jackie,
the
we can
same.
hear.
We'll be right back.
All right. All right. So, Patrick, we're going to come to you then. Give us a memorable moment or memorable moments for you at Jenkins.
Okay. And so I think this will be a non-athletic one, but it was getting to Jenkins High School after leaving Wilder and just seeing so many of my friends from the West Side, it felt like that family that we left in the neighborhood and people sort of looked out for each other. From an athletic standpoint, I would have to say being on the football team that made it to the playoffs for the first time in like 30 years for Jenkins. For basketball, would be winning. I think the first time Jenkins ever won the Joe Green Christmas tournament in the doghouse. So that was next level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Making the all tournament team. Baseball would be defeating Windsor Forest in their Easter tournament that no one typically beat them back in the day. And then I think beyond that, when I think about just the classroom and the academics, the reason why we're there, just the kind of caring that came out of everybody who I had the pleasure of being in the classroom with, even Mr. Deco, who was very difficult. I mean, there was something that came out of that, right? It was a challenge, but then beyond the challenge, like, wow, okay, I felt like I grew a little bit, right? But I think most importantly is the fact that I was on that trajectory now to live out that dream and that sort of wish my parents had about having a better life and getting an education. So obviously, high school is sort of the foundation and sort of the catapult into the next level of academia. So I think I left Jenkins with a pretty strong foundation, and and it helped me get through all the other next levels of education. Um, and
Okay.
probably the last thing would be just again the camaraderie. You know, I think when I got to Jenkins was, I think, 70-30, I think, in 1982. And by the time I graduated, it was something like 60-40. It could have been even 50-50. So, which means I saw more of the other people from the West Side, from Dodge City, you know, also walk those halls and be an example for how to look challenge in the face, you know, treat it with the appropriate respect, but also how to navigate it.
And see now, Patrick, you said something that shocked me because when you said that it was 70-30 for you, they gave us the impression, I'm just going to call it, Ms. Wright gave us the impression that the numbers had began to change. And so I guess that wasn't true. I guess we were still not, in the numbers like that. And so, Jackie, we're going to come to you right now. What was memorable moments for you, or that moment at Jenkins for you? What was memorable moments or moments for you at Jenkins? But we know Miss Cofield had held you up. We know Miss Cofield had held you up from coming back home. I know that. I'm just saying. Tell her I said that too. Yeah,
I sure
that's what I said.
will. I think one of the defining moments for me, and this might be a little edgy, but I can always recall when the Roots series came up, and we decided that we were going to take a stand because there will never be another Roots moment as far as we were concerned. So that was a very, because it was like, it was the camaraderie, but between us, but then you also saw that not everybody that wasn't like us was against us. And it was a family feeling at Jenkins for the most part, because we had close friends, or as I should be politically correct, on both sides of the aisle, or should I say all sides of the aisles. So it was like a family at Jenkins. But that moment when that Root series was out, that was forever memorable. Forever.
So I'm going to share this with y'all. What y'all just heard from Jackie, that is absolutely a historical moment that many people never ever talk about. And so Jackie
Mm-hmm.
just said that on Ron Tell that and say that at Jenkins, what happened? Like, wow, when you just said, I was like, oh, yeah. So that's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. Powerful, powerful, powerful. We think callers still trying to come in. And so, but we want to do this right here. There are moments that Jenkins used to have their drill team will come down
Ooh.
and practice in Forsyth Park. So, Jackie, can you elaborate on that?
Well, I was on the booster squad, and my job was to heckle the cheerleaders. So, but our drill team was the very first to do a whole lot of stuff in terms of performance in the city. They used to set it off. And that's why, so many people talk about those Warriors these days. It's kind of like them Dallas Cowboys. They hate us because they're not us. Yup.
Normally, nor, normally, I would go and say, Mr. Producer, mute her. But because you're my sister and you are special, I can't say that. Because I have the power to read minds. Patrick went and said, why did Jackie say that foolishness, that last part right there? I didn't say it. I read Patrick's mind. He said, why did Jackie say that foolishness about the Cowboys? Nobody cares about the Cowboys. That's what Patrick said. That's what I'm going to let you
Sure.
know. So,
Sure.
so, So Carla, what we're asking is, what was a memorable moments for you at Jenkins? What was a memorable moment or moments at Jenkins for you? Can you hear us, Carla?
I can hear you.
Yeah, well, he was saying, what was a memorable
I had
moment
to
for
go
you
back
or
a
moment?
little more. I think I had a lot of memorable moments at Jenkins. I'll start with some history I made at Jenkins. So, when we got to Jenkins, there were not a lot of cheerleaders of us, okay? And not a lot of cheerleaders, it wasn't. So I made history being the first Black JV co-captain. Then the next year, I was the first Black captain. Then as I went to Boston, I was the first Black co-captain, then the first Black captain, But still, it wasn't the Blackness that got to me. It was about the fellowship. I can stand and say I had some great cheerleaders. We had a mission and we accomplished that mission. We worked on it. It wasn't about who was in charge or whatever, but it was just plenty of things that our class, the class of 79, because we were the original freshmen, we were eager to get in high school and we were eager to make those differences that we just went to the forefront and we just did. I was the first Black senior sports editor of the yearbook. We never had any. The yearbook committee never had us on it. So I joined it because I was about making a difference. I was about letting people know we can do this. We're part of this school. It's not in the school that's offering us. We did a whole lot of things over there as a class of 79. I did a whole lot of things over there on an individual basis, just to take a stand and, to show persons that, we can do this. I had some great teachers, like I said, that motivated, and they always gave us this, you can do this, and they pushed us, and I'm just forever grateful to those teachers for helping us make a difference.
Yep.
All right. And so what we're going to do,
Jamal, this was the first year that we had more than 3 outstanding seniors that were Black. Okay? Because it was we were determined we was going to get that recognition for being outstanding seniors, and we did that year. So it was a great 4 years for me at Jenkins. Yes.
Okay. You had an impact. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our last break. We're going to take our last break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to finish this on up. So again, Mr. Producer. We are back. This is Run Tell That, and we have with us Carla Thompson Lassiter. We have Jackie Cofield and Van Patrick Williams, all will be going into the Jenkins HVJ Jenkins Hall of Fame on Sunday, January 14th. This is the class of 2024. But we say to all of you all, support our advertisers. That is the Johnson Davis Bozeman Law Firm with offices in Atlanta, Statesboro, and Savannah. One Price Cleaners located in the Farmers Market in Garden City. Kim's Cafe, located at 714 MLK Junior Boulevard, and Shepherd's Food and Gas on Styles and Gwinnett Street. And so now I got to come to this right here. I got to ask this question because you know Styles and Gwinnett Street, that's part of HVJ territory.
Yes,
I'm
it
going to throw a
is.
name out.
The
I'm going to throw a
village.
name out. That's right. That's right. Flatmore Village, Carver Village, Springfield Terrace, College Quarters, all that. So I'm gonna throw a name out there, and I just want to get your reaction. Berksteiner.
Yes,
Berksteiner.
Mr. Berksteiner. Love
So
him.
Jackie, Jackie, go ahead, Mr. Berksteiner.
Well, you know, I always did like Mr. Berksteiner, but I had to clean up my act a little bit when I realized that my mama knew Mr. Berksteiner. So he was one of those ones, he would discipline you, but you know he did it out of love and concern. And when that moment was over, that situation was over. And I must say that's the same belief that I have with my students today. Once we have addressed the situation, we're done with it because every second is a new start. And that's what I love about Mr. Berkstein.
Yes. Patrick Berksteiner.
Much of what Sister Jackie said, but I mean the other part was with Mr. Bergstein was that all he had to do was kind of give you that look like, you know, you want 3 days or you want 3 licks, right? You know, but I think that if I'm honest with myself, I think that there were times when probably Mr. Bergstein was in a really tough position because, you know, let's be honest. I mean, it wasn't until some years later that the school became more brown, as you will.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to hear some of the kids who don't look like us, you know, have these very strong kind of visceral reactions about being disciplined by him for obvious reasons. So over the years, you know, once I left Jenkins, I had an even greater appreciation for him because I can only imagine what it felt like to sit in his seat. And then, of course, you know, it was just another one of those kind of empowering things to see, you know, Black man in that role, right? And if everybody was paying attention or looks like us, that should have been sort of some additional motivation that, you know, we too can do great things. So, yeah, Mr. Bergsteiner is certainly memorable. Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
And I think Carla may be trying to come back in because I think the connection may have had a connection issue. But that's
It's that hard, Gray.
Okay.
That is too funny.
What's wrong, my brother?
I'm frozen.
You frozen?
I ain't going. So I'm gonna move on like this right now.
Oh boy.
Who were some of the teachers that touched you, that gave you from all as if it was inspiring, if it was humorous, if it was just like, because I'm gonna throw somebody out because people gonna say, "Oh, I was with your teacher. I was your teacher." And I'm like, "Who?" They say, "You." Golson.
Oh, you Golson.
Now that was a different class right there. That was a different class.
And so they're gonna say, "Hugo, talk about it. Hugo be." I said, "That's Hugo." So, but yeah, I'm like, good. Who were the teachers? Who were some of the teachers you can think of that, you know, that again, inspiration or humorous, insightful, you know? So again, so we're gonna throw that, Jackie. Who were some of the teachers for you?
Miss Mitchell, Miss Reddy, Carlita. You know, I can't think of her name now. What was her last name?
Wilkerson.
Wilkerson.
And then also
Yeah.
then it was
It was
Gaston.
Gaston. Yeah, that's because that's the name I was trying to
Hmm.
think of.
Right.
Gaston.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I even had some teachers or staff members like Miss Melhorn.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Miss Melhorn,
Yeah, and I was thinking,
she
so
was great.
any staff person, yes. Hmm. Hmm.
Yes. It was just a lot of fun because I don't think anybody was ever too harsh on us. They just allowed us to be us and do us until some of y'all went too far. Then y'all had to pay the piper.
Yeah, you had to go choose from one of those 2 3s, huh? 3 days or 3 licks.
That's it.
You ain't even
Oh,
you ain't got to call my mom or my dad. You ain't even got to call them. You ain't
Right.
got
no,
to
I
call
know
them.
that's right. Please
I have
don't.
this right
Please
now.
don't. Yeah. We're gonna get those licks.
And so, Patrick, who was that staff person, that teacher, humorous, inspirational, insightful for you?
Some of the ones that Sister Jackie just mentioned, but Miss Mitchell, I took economics from her. I learned so much from that lady. It was unreal. She held me accountable. Didn't let me get away with anything. Jerry Williams, who I took algebra from.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
Mr. Oglesby, Mr. Harris. Let's see here. Ms. Reddy. Yeah, Ms. Reddy. She didn't play. Golson. I forgot her name right now. The other history teacher, but she also she taught drama. Oh my goodness, she was right next to Ms. Wood's classroom. I can't
Let's
call her
say,
name right
was it Seiferman? Seiferman or
now. Not
Flisnick?
Seaverman. Brown hair.
I know who you're talking about. I'm trying to think of who that is.
Yeah. But I certainly think that Mr. Oglesby was one, and Mr. Harris. They were two who would actually, they'll pull you aside and say, this, that, the other thing, even if it didn't involve their classrooms, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I think you should do, thus and thus. I'd have to say probably when I think about the coaches, probably Terry Webb was probably, which he wasn't there when either of you were there at Jenkins, but he came from Jenkins. He came from Windsor Forest to coach baseball, and he was different. He was a different kind of coach. I mean, I think he coached from the premise that you are who you are. He never tried to sort of manufacture your being who he thought you should be as an individual. He allows you to be exactly who you were, because again, those of us coming from the West Side, hey, we had no car, so these guys, they would drive us back, to the West Side. I'm telling you, they'd be afraid, right? So I appreciate that they went beyond their comfort zones to make sure that the guys who were, playing on those fields for them, in those baseball fields, that they took the extra step to make sure that we got home. Carl, I don't know about you, but I know I walked from Jenkins a few times, all the way to the West Side.
No.
Yes, I
did. Wow. No,
Yes.
I never did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We always caught that water to the Broadway, the local Broadway, got up on Henry and Montgomery and walked around the corner. Yes.
and so, Carla, we're going to do this with you because I threw it out to them. I'm going to say a name, and then I want to get your thoughts on this. I'm going to say Bergsteiner, but after Bergsteiner, I want you now to go also share who were some of the teachers that were inspirational or humorous or insightful for you. But again, Bergsteiner.
Mr. Earl Bergsteiner. I love that guy. I admired him. I respected him. because he had great expectations of every student that walked those halls at Jenkins. You know, he would pull you aside. I mean, you know, some persons looked at him like when they saw him coming, they were in trouble. No, he was a motivator. You know, he was someone that encouraged you to do better, you know. And I love Mr. Bergstein. I had the opportunity to work in his office, you know, to write passes for persons going back to class, different things, in-house suspension. So a lot of people are in debt to me, you know.
Teacher pet.
But yeah, I was that. But I love Mr. Bergstein. You know, he would always call me Thompson, you know, Thompson, you do this, Thompson, you do that, you know. He talked about the boys. He said, that one there, Thompson, don't want you talking to him in the hall, you know. And it came from a very good place, you know. So, but let me tell you, further in life, Mr. Bergstein, when he left Jenkins, many years later, he went to Beach. My oldest daughter was at Beach. He saw her in the hallway one day, and he pulled this out. He said, what's your name? I know you. And she said, Sharonda Lassiter. He said, who your people? You know, he said, I'm from Sandfly. Who your people? You got people in Sandfly? And she said, no, you know, because everybody in Sandfly is related. I say that again to my Sandfly warriors. Everybody in Sandfly related, okay? But anyway, you know, so they determined she was not from Sandfly, you know, but he said, I know you. And he said, what's your mom's name? And she told him. And he recognized her because actually she's one of my twins. He recognized her, you know, from knowing me. And he made a point of finding her many, many days. Lassiter, you know, he said, okay, I know your people now. You know, I can get you right. You know, and she was a very, very good student. But I just admired and I respected that. And I told her, I said, honey, listen. He is a good person first, more than an assistant principal. He's a good person. And he just wants to see persons doing the best that they can do. He wants to see you fulfill your capacity of what you can do as a human being. And
so Carla, I'm going to let you know this. Your boy, Julius Hall, he done sent me a sign saying we got only 2 more minutes. So
okay.
You got to go ahead.
I got 2.
Your boy.
Okay.
So now he said.
So you got 10 seconds
to close out.
Let him see that hat again, Carla.
Okay.
Let him see that hat again. Put your head down so they can see that hat again. There we go.
Recommend them boys. Them boys. Yes. Mm-hmm. I just had to put that on. Had to rep. Yes. Stop, Jamal. You know I love you, brother.
Yeah, Julia just said your time is up. That was Julia. So, but what we are going to do is we want y'all to take a couple of seconds and share any word of inspiration y'all want to give to the audience. Because again, we're glad to have y'all here on this historic moment for Run Tell That and Our Black Media. So, Carla, what words of inspiration you want to give to members of the audience so they can take with them?
I just want to reach out to fellow Jenkins alumni and let you know we're here. The HVJ Alumni Association, we're here. We want you involved. You know, we want you to attend this banquet on Sunday, December 14th at 5 p.m. at the Carrie Hits on Abercorn. Please get involved. Our school was good to us. Let's support our school. We support our students too. So some of the monies we raise actually go back into scholarships for the students that attend Jenkins High School. So we're just not about having fun. We're about
That's right.
Well,
that's right.
All right, Jackie.
I'm going to echo Carla's sentiments, but then I'm going to give a shameless plug. I see this book. It's called Marching As to War, Personal Narratives of African American Women Experiences in the Gulf War. I am one of the subjects in this book.
Wow.
You're going to be back on the show. We're going to talk about.
Jackie.
We're going to have you on the show to talk about that.
All right.
All right. So, Patrick.
Yeah, I won't belabor the moment, but I just, again, I'm terribly humbled to be among such a accomplished group of inductees into the Jenkins Hall of Fame, and I'm excited. I can't wait to get to Savannah on Friday evening and make a complete weekend of it. I don't get to Savannah very often, But yeah, I'm excited to see everybody. And Carla, I just had one of my classmates text me. If those 2 tickets are still available for sale, I will Zelle you the money, then I'll get it back to you.
Okay. Absolutely. Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll call you.
All right. And this
Okay.
has been Run Tell That with a very special show with regards to games.
Oh, Lynn is on here? I didn't know Lynn was on here.
Lynn was checking things out. Lynn was checking things out.
Is Lynn hating on the hat? Come on now, Lynn. Don't do that.
Oh.
Don't do that.
Again, reading Patrick's mind. Patrick's like, why were y'all engaging in that foolishness? That's what Patrick said. I read his mind. So
as you all know, I didn't have this hat on at the very start, but when y'all start talking negativity about them boys, I had to go change out and let you know I represent. So I do represent them as well.
Yeah, baby.
I'm frozen.
Let it go. That's what Elsie said, ain't it? Let it go.
So we were glad to have all of you on. We look forward to seeing you on Sunday afternoon, 5 o'clock, and the induction to the Hall of Fame. And I got to share this with the audience right now. This show, this particular segment was dedicated to Franklin Butler, the late Franklin Butler. Mr. Butler taught at Jenkins High School. He taught me my very first class at Jenkins, and his son is right here. He lives in Savannah, has his grandson. They're making things happen. We're so proud of them. So again, to all the Warriors, again, to the Warrior Nation, HVJ, 1800
Warriors.
That's right. And guess what? God is the first alumnus of Herschel V. Jenkins High School.
Yes, he is.
That's right. That's right. That's
and
right.
Please tell Julius I have a ticket for him if he want to come. He can sit next to his wife, my friend, who will be there supporting me.
You heard that?
That's right now.
Yes, you are on the radio.
Like this.